Assalamualaikum, and hari ini saya akan menceritakan tentang digestion and absorption of carbohydrates. The first one is carbohydrate digestion. In mouth, salivary enzyme amylase starts to work and hydrolyzing starch to short polysaccharides and maltose. And after that, in stomach, the swallowed bolus mixed with stomach's acid and protein digesting enzymes, which is inactive salivary amylase. The stomach's acid continues breaking down starch, but its juices contain no enzymes to digest carbohydrate. Fiber lingers in stomach and delay gastric emptying, providing a feeling of fullness and satiety, which is satisfaction after a meal. And then, in small intestine, a major carbohydrate digesting enzyme, which is pancreatic amylase, enters intestine through pancreatic duct and continues breaking down polysaccharides to shorter glucose chains and maltose. And then maltase break maltose to 2 glucose molecules, while sucrase break sucrose to 1 glucose and 1 fructose. Lactase break lactose to 1 glucose and galactose. At this point, all polysaccharide and disaccharides have been broken down to monosaccharide. In large intestine, within 1 hour after meal, sugars and starch have been digested. Fiber remains and attract water, soften stools, and ferment bacteria in GI tract also ferment some fibers. This process generates water, gas, and short-chain fatty acids. And then carbohydrate absorption. The first one is nutrient absorption takes place in small intestine. Glucose and galactose enter cells that lining small intestine by active transport. Fructose absorbed by facilitated diffusion, slows its entry and produce smaller riser in blood glucose, which is unbranched chains of starch digested slowly. Blood from small intestine circulates through liver cells, take up fructose and galactose, convert to glucose. And after that, lactose intolerance. Intestinal cells produce enough enzyme lactase to ensure this disaccharide lactose found in milk is digested and absorbed efficiently. Lactase activity the highest as befits an infant whose first and only food for a while will be breast milk. And the symptoms is, when the more lactose is consumed, lactose remain in intestine undigested and attracting water, causing bloating and abdominal discomfort, and diarrhea. Undigested lactose becomes food for intestinal bacteria, multiply and produce irritating acid and gas. And the causes of lactose intolerance is lactase deficiency developed when intestinal villi are damaged by disease, certain medicines, prolonged diarrhea, or malnutrition. And lactose also malabsorption may temporary or permanent. Prevalence: lactose intolerance among ethnic groups and indicating the trait. The lowest in Canadians and Northern Europeans. The highest is in Southeast Asians and Native North Americans. The dietary changes. The first one is increased consumption of milk products gradually, mix dairy with other foods, spread dairy intake throughout the day, use of acidophilus milk, yogurt, kefir, fermented products, use of enzymes, individualization of diets. Must be careful that vitamin and mineral deficiencies do not develop.